guys, how are you?
Hi, everybody. So I did a story earlier today about Kevin Hunter, and it was a long video. I edited down to just the key points. He mentioned in this video something that Nosy Ho had mentioned on my channel. She said that Wendy had tried to take her own life and that she needed a blood transfusion. So I invited Nosy back to come back to talk more about it, because he was actually confirming everything she said. But before I did that, she just sent me this new tape of Wendy. So let me bring up everybody. Hey, Nosy. Hey, Diva.
Hey.
Hey, Perry.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Okay, so this Wendy stuff is getting crazy. So you just sent me a tape. What is it, and what am I looking at before I play it?
Yes, somebody tagged me in it on Instagram, and I played it on my channel. I was over there crying when I watched it. So I'm just going to let y'all watch. I don't want to tell y'all too much of what you're going to see. But everybody who is an actual Wendy Williams fan, just look at this and tell me if you don't see that Wendy is not in her mind mentally. She's playing with her sweater, and she keeps repeating herself, which is a sign of dementia. So I'm going to just let y'all watch.
So this was just posted on her social media?
Yeah, somebody tagged me in it a few minutes ago. So it's posted on her page. You know, her first Instagram page was the page for the show. But I think they locked her out of that page or something. So she had to create another Instagram page. So this is posted on her personal Instagram page, and it's really sad.
All right, here we go.
My thing is that I've been asking questions about my money. And when I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Lori Schiller has got no response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not fair. And Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo have this guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. This is not right. And you know this is not fair. And this guy named Bernie Young, I know for a fact that Bernie Young used my American Express card to hire an attorney to file a petition against me. That was done with my American Express card. Bernie Young, you're no good. And this is not fair at all, you know? And then there's this person, a former doctor, okay, had medical information about me that I never even got. It was sent over to Lori Schiller. So I haven't gotten the stuff. I fired the doctor. And again, all I want to know is, where is my money? This is not right. And certainly, this is not fair. This is not fair. You know? Wells Fargo has used all this stuff to create the guardianship over me. This is not right. And certainly this is not fair. The New York court system is, without evidence, they're being weird to me, this court system. Without evidence, they took all this information and continued with what's going on with me based on what Wells Fargo is doing. This is not fair. This is not fair, you know? And the New York court is treating me like they did in, do you remember Kung Fu Judge case? Do you remember that Kung Fu Judge case? That's not right, and that is not fair. Lori Schiller, Bernie Young, and Wells Fargo. Please let me have access to my money. This is not right. And again, this is not fair. Have a pleasant day. Thank you.
Wow. Okay,
Wow.
okay, hold on, Nosy. Woo! There's a lot going on here.
What else? I don't understand the people who are saying she looks strong. She looks like a child. Wendy Williams is a professional. She goes in front of the world. She's not anxious or nervous. I don't understand the comments with people saying that this is anxiety. This is a woman who was in front of the entire world for like 12 years straight, every day for like 20 something minutes, and not playing around doing all this weird stuff and saying over and over, this is not right, this is not fair. This is dementia. I don't know what else she needs to do to show that there's something wrong with her right now.
Diva, you've actually been in the studios with Wendy Williams when they were feeding her lines. Did it come across this way?
It did. So this has been long term with her, right? Because even if you go and watch back shows, Norman used to have to say to her, "Oh, you're talking about this, or is that person?" So forth and so on. We're not seeing just regular Wendy in that video. It is very sad. But what I will say, I'm happy to see is I thought it was worse than what I saw just now. I thought really they was not letting us see her at all because I thought it was worse.
And you're a nurse, right? Tell
yeah.
everyone you're a nurse.
Yeah. I'm a pediatric nurse, certified. I've been a nurse since 2005. But like I said, I'm happy to see that she's not as bad off as I thought she was, and the reason why they hire her. But obviously you could tell something's wrong. She is repeating herself. And she just saying it's not right, it's wrong, it's this, she's twirling, she's playing with her stuff. And anybody, if it was me, you, Nosy, Perry, we would be like, yo, they trying to hold up our darn money. And I went down to that bank and was like, yo, y'all better give me my money. So it's sad. And then the doctor, because she's not all the way gone, because what the doctor apparently did, that's why Wells Fargo had a foot to stand on property. The doctor sent her medical information in. That's what I'm gathering from what she said. Sent in her medical information, and that's why they're able to hold it up. So it's not totally dumb acting crazy and being off. She said, I fired that doctor. How you going to send information that you didn't even send me over to Wells Fargo? And that information is helping Wells Fargo freeze this money.
Whoa. This shit is getting, I know. I don't even know what to go ahead, Perry.
No, I was going to say this, like the video, I'm glad to see, because I always said for a long time, let's just see her currently, just talk in front of a camera. So It's nice to see that, but it gives me chills to a certain point. It's not the old Wendy I used to see.
Right.
And it comes across from what she's saying is that, she's talking about the bank. I get it. She's talking about the bank. But when you saying, hey, please just give my money, no person have to beg a bank to give money. Yeah. And she mentioned the guardianship. So obviously it's something's there. And to me personally, I feel like that's going on, but I think other things going on in the bank, like suspicious activities. And, just an opinion. I don't have any facts. I feel like other people are trying to access her cash when Wendy is not at her best. That's what I think.
Hold on, Nosy. Let me ask Diva to answer this question since she's a nurse. Would they be breaking HIPAA laws if the doctor sent over medical information?
Well, it depends, because if you are a danger to yourself and people are trying to take advantage of you and the bank is trying to help them not swindle all your money, then it wouldn't be, right? And they could send the bare minimum. And the bare minimum is just to prove what they're trying to say, that she's not in her right mind. So if they send over the bare minimum, then they're not really breaking any rules, because they're trying to help Wendy save her money, right? And Wendy herself said that somebody used her American Express card. So that's connecting the dots, telling us that some
Right.
people are trying to take advantage of her. She said, Bernie, whoever Bernie is, you use my American Express card unauthorized.
Her manager, Diva. You know, Bernie's her manager. You know that's her manager.
Oh.
Wendy Fan from day one, she has talked about her manager Bernie multiple times over the years. So I'm the same person, but her manager's name is Bernie. Look it up. You can Google it.
It's probably the same
Short old man, and he was with her that day that she was walking on the wet pavement with those hospital socks. When she had that paper clip holding her wig up, Bernie was with her that day when she was in that wheelchair. He was there, so he's been around. That was not too long ago. So it might be the same Bernie, but that's her manager's name.
It probably is.
Let me ask you this, Nosy, because you're real passionate about it. You've been breaking this case way before I even thought about it. You seen Kevin last night. Oh my God. First of all, what were your thoughts on it last night?
Can we cuss? Fuck Kevin.
No.
Okay, my bad.
Go ahead. Don't cuss though. Go ahead.
My bad. F Kevin. Kevin is on there telling people that did you hear Kevin? I got chills when Kelvin Hunter said that something about her being worth more dead than alive. And insurance.
Why did he say that? What made him say that?
That's what's on his mind. That's what's on his mind.
It's his true feeling. Yeah. And this probably was a Freudian slip, and he didn't even realize he said it. That was his true feelings.
Yeah. When you let people talk, people like him, he's a narcissist too. When you let them talk, they always reveal, and they're such narcs that they don't realize that you catch on to what they're saying. I'm telling y'all, and I want to be clear, I'm the one saying this, not Sharrell. Don't blame nobody else. Kevin Hunter sent Ray J to give Wendy bad cocaine.
I remember that.
Kevin Hunter, when we saw Wendy with Ray J, and that Wendy Williams was about to get that Whitney Houston treatment. Ray J is the industry candy man, and he was there to take Wendy out. It didn't work, and I think that partially contributed to her dementia too. Cocaine, along with stress. I think that Wendy Williams is in danger. Kevin Hunter has insurance. That was a part of that divorce settlement, that he has life insurance on Wendy, and he's waiting on her to be.
Hold on, Nosy. Why would he? Hold on one second. AT2, I'm dropping the link. I didn't know you were in the chat today. Come on up. Nosy, why would Kevin have life insurance on Wendy when he's no longer married to her?
Because Wendy Williams is dumb. That's why. That's no other and I love Wendy, but she's dumb.
No, I think the court made her do it, Nosy. I think it was part of the court agreement for whatever reason. We have to look that up. The part of the settlement was something about him having this insurance policy, and I think it was because the whole time they was together, she was the breadwinner. So I think part of his the divorce decree was that he can have this insurance policy and all the other money that she had to pay out to him. So I don't really think she wanted that. I think it was ordered by the court for whatever reason.
But Perry
she agreed to that. Oh, go ahead, Sharrell. I thought she agreed to that.
But Perry and Diva, did y'all hear what Nosy was talking about? He said Wendy Williams is worth more dead than alive. What made him say that?
No, because that's what's on your mind. And not even, in some cases, it's not even about financial dollars, like that amount. When people break up and go separate ways, sometimes they wish their ex was gone because it eliminates the issues. But I think his is more financially, because like right now, if she wasn't here, he wouldn't have to fight so much. He could go and handle the case instead of letting her fight the bank.
But don't you admit, Perry, that's a strange thing to say?
No. I understand that.
And I got chills.
I watched the first 48. I watched a lot of crime shows. And no, it happens all the time.
Yeah. I think also he said it, Sharrell, because he was trying to blame. He wanted us to get a different picture from this live. He was stupid by doing it, right? But he was trying to blame other people trying to take advantage of her, not him.
Right.
So that's why he said she's worth more not being here than alive, trying to say to us that these other people don't really care about her. And that's why when he explained the whole situation where she tried to do whatever to herself, he tried to explain that the handlers wasn't going to call or get her any help because she is worth more not being here than being alive. So he's really trying to blame it on the other people and not his greed.
So nosy. You did say this before he even confirmed it, that she tried to take herself. Tell me what you know, take her life. Tell me what you know about that situation and what you heard.
So this was months ago when I reported this. I think it's on my podcast. I'm pretty sure it's on my website too, but the mermaids, no. I talked about it when I was on Twitch. I was told that Wendy Williams found out that she had COVID. As a matter of fact, I talked about Wendy having COVID before her show even announced it, because I had already seen and got the tea that she had COVID. And then I think like the next day or two, her show announced that she had COVID. So she found out she had COVID. She was very depressed. She called Kelvin Hunter because from what was told from Kelvin Hunter and other people, she felt alone. Like, I have this new disease that's come up and I've done all of this for my husband and son, and where are they? So she called her ex-husband, and he put Sharrena on the phone, and Sharrena checked Wendy like, why are you calling him? Y'all are done. Thank you. They remember I told them months ago, y'all are done, and this is my man now. And Wendy heard the baby in the background too, and that set her off, and she tried to take herself out. So I believe that that's what happened. I don't know what the exact way was that she tried to kill herself, but I think that that's what caused the 2 blood transfusions. I'm not sure.
And you had mentioned that, and it was eerie that he said that in this video. It was very, very eerie.
Yeah.
You live in New York. You have access to information very quickly. You live in the heart of Manhattan, don't you?
Yeah,
or should I say that?
Yeah, that's fine. You know I live in Manhattan.
The whole thing is crazy. Nosy, from what you know about this case, do you think the Tommy's in on it? I hate to say it.
I mean, I think that I don't think that Wendy has anybody. I think that Tommy is trash. He's a clout chaser. Her husband is a clout chaser, and he's trash. I don't know about her son. I don't trust the son either, honestly, because the son still has allegiance to the father. So I don't completely trust the son either. And I don't know where Reg is, but Reg needs to come around. Her friend,
who is Reg?
That was her best friend that she's talked about on the show too. And we haven't heard about Reg for a long time. The last time I heard about Reg was that day when Wendy was on her show with that short blonde bob, and she was drunk, and she was saying that she was going on a trip with Reg. We ain't heard about Reg since. Then she became friends with Nene, and then she betrayed Nene. So like, she really does not have anybody. And honestly, I think that Nene really was a friend to Wendy, and the way Wendy did Nene was wrong, but that's how Wendy is. She does not get too close to people. And I kind of understand that, because I'm like that too. I don't trust people like that. But she needs to have somebody, because her brother's trash. And her father, even if he does care about her, he's too old to do anything.
Yeah.
Right.
She said in this video, he kept stressing the point. This video was so disturbing, so disturbing. He kept stressing the point that he's not getting back with Wendy, and he loves Sharrena. And then when he went to apologize, he said, I'm sorry I hurt someone. He did not mention her name. It's obviously there's no feelings there between Kevin and Wendy. Do you think Sharrena's going to do him the same way?
I think Sharrena's dumb, and she's too dumb to do anything. And honestly, like, I think that I don't think he ever really was in love with Wendy Williams. I think that Wendy Williams was a cash cow from
the whole time.
Yes. So for him to get on, he's a Brooklyn nigga. Like, he was hustling the whole time. So for him to get on his live and act like, he shouldn't have been fired, and like he had something to do with her being Wendy. She was Wendy before you ever came along, sir.
He was patting himself on the back. He took a lot of credit for it. He did.
He did nothing but get her pregnant. And then I think that Sharrena is just she's dumb. She's a dumb woman. She can't accomplish anything. She's had a bunch of LLCs. They all failed. She can't figure out how to do anything. She's just going to sit there and collect money and be dumb as long as she can, and live off Wendy's money and make those dry pancakes on that YouTube channel, Vegan No. She blocked me. She blocked me from her comments on her channel, because I was on her channel lighting her up. And Kevin blocked me too. They blocked me a long time ago because I've been lighting people up for a long time in the name of Wendy. So no, he's not gonna do anything.
But do you think he kept mentioning how much he loved Sharrell last night because she's kind of insecure? Why does she feel the need to attack Wendy? What is her problem?
Do you know that Wendy is Wendy Williams and Sharrell's a nobody? She could never. If she got with a man while he was with a very famous, popular woman, she'll never be able to be half of the superstar that Wendy Williams is. She feels insecure, and people have compared her to Wendy all the time. Like, you lost Wendy Williams for this broad with these failed LLCs. So
wait, LLCs with the S behind it?
Yeah, she had multiple. I got that TV. Shout out to Chronicle Speaks. There's a YouTube channel called Chronicle Speaks, and Chronicle Speaks revealed everything years ago about all the LLCs, about the house that Sharrell had down the street. Chronicle Speaks called and pretended that she wanted to buy the house, and that's how we found out that his name was Kelvin, not Kevin. So we found out about all that mess years ago. She did a whole thorough investigation on that. But yeah, that girl has had multiple failed businesses and all that. She can't do anything right. She can't make pancakes right either. The pancakes is dry.
Oh, nosy. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. I'm really worried about Wendy, and it feels like somebody was feeding her lines during this video we just seen. Who is these handlers that Kevin is talking about? Because in the video last night, he blamed the handlers for handling the alleged suicide situation wrong. Who are these handlers? Just like people she hires, like butlers and managers and stuff like that?
Or it's probably caretakers too. It's probably a mix of everything, Sharrell. But the problem is, part of probably why they didn't know what to do is because they knew she was Wendy Williams, and they knew they didn't want it to get out in the media, because I'm sure they've been instructed on a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So although this was a major thing that she did, there were other shenanigans that they had to hide for years. So when it came to this major one, they probably froze and didn't really know what to do because they didn't want it out in the public eye and the media. But he's utilizing the information because all he did is try to twist us and turn us to be in his favor. But he didn't know that we don't care about him. We don't like him. And nothing that comes out his mouth is really going to matter because we're still going to feel the same way. He's all in the mix right now because money is involved, because the money was frozen. And that's the only reason why he's around right now. I do believe, though, with Sharrell, when the money runs out, I think she's going to run too. So he's used to having a certain lifestyle off of Wendy's money. She is a deplorable, despicable woman that you're going to be with a man that can do that to another female, and don't think in your mind that one day he could turn around and do the same thing to you. So she is very insecure, and he sat there, want to give her, feed her, let her know, no, it's you, babe, I love you. Well, you're an idiot and a fool. You can still respect the mother of your child, even though you with that tramp over there, right? And she's gutter low, because I would never sit there with a man that is disrespecting his wife and his child like that. The son, I feel bad for, because he's caught between a rock and a hard place, right? He doesn't know how to save and help his mother. And then it's still, this man, no matter how bad he is his father. So you got your father talking in your ear, telling you that he's trying to help your mother do the best thing. You understand? Because he's been helping, and according to Kelvin, he's been his mother's savior all of this time. And he's probably telling his son, you see, when I left, your mother fell apart. So the son don't know what to do. And he loves his mother. He wants to help his mother, but he got his father in his ear, and he doesn't probably know at the end of the day, all the father cares about is that money.
You know what? Oh, go ahead, Perry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no, I was just going to say this just real quick, though. I mean, you mentioned like that Kevin will never do all this stuff for Sharrell that he's done before, but Sharrell don't really care. If the things she have received already is more than she thought she would receive in a lifetime. No, I'm just keeping it real. So at this point, and you have people that way. So you can think, well, do she think Kevin? She probably really don't give a damn. But she knew she would have never had the things she got. And as long as she got that baby and Kevin got some money, she'll get that too. right?
Yeah.
But I'm glad Kevin did come out to speak for this reason. The shit he said, it makes sense from his standpoint. It shows us the inside of who he really is. Instead of us speculating, we can come, oh, well, I think he's like this. He just told on himself.
Yeah.
Now, and
Yeah,
some people
that's
come
right.
in, like in the earlier chat, oh, he was just speaking his truth. Yeah, that's fine. Now we understand him better.
Yeah.
And this is why he's doing the things. He don't care about Wendy.
Yeah.
And what saddens me is this, is that people see this. I think Wendy's family see this, but are too coward to say anything. And I'm only going to say this, are too coward to say anything because, well, what if Wendy never come back and then this guy, or if something sadly happened to Wendy, they can't clout chase off her name anymore, right? And then they'll go on to this next thing to where, okay, well, what if he make it? Maybe he'll remember the things I did for him. You know what? Ain't no person gonna treat my sister like that.
Right.
I don't give a damn.
Amen.
You know, and that's all I got to say.
You know, though, and see, this is some more tea. When you say he was telling on himself, you know, during that live that Kelvin did when he was talking about their son. So let me give y'all the tea on this, because I said this months ago too. You see, people think I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm no. Okay. Back years ago, Wendy's son got a hold to some K2. And I was watching when she talked about it on the show.
Wait, what's K2?
Fake weed.
Like weed.
Okay.
But they was lacing it. You don't remember, it was a big pandemic with that, and everybody was going crazy in the streets. But I know what you're talking about, Nosy. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Wendy talked about this on the show back when little Kev was younger. And she talked about how, you know, they had to take him to get him some help, but she didn't say where they took him to. But then we found out later that they took him to Dr. Sabi. I talked about this months ago. So they took him to Dr. Sabi. Now, Dr. Sabi is known for alkaline veganism, which I know because I followed Dr. Sabi's diet twice and lost way too much weight. Those of you who want to lose weight, just follow Dr. Sabi's diet. You will be skin and bones like I was. So they took him to Dr. Sabi in Honduras. And I said that last night when Kevin Hunter did that live, he confirmed that they took Kevin Hunter to Honduras, the little kid to Honduras to Dr. Sabi. But what he also did is what I also revealed before. He said that Sharrell helped him through that. Now, didn't I tell y'all months ago that Sharrell was on that trip with them? Because Sharrell's YouTube channel, Vegan Knows, is about Dr. Sabi's recipes.
She had a YouTube channel?
I told y'all when that boy got that fake weed and they took him to Dr. Sabi, Kelvin Hunter booked Sharrell a flight too, and she went on that trip with them. They couldn't even go and take care of their son together without him bringing Sharrell along.
Well, Wendy stayed behind and worked. That's what it was, Nosy. Wendy stayed behind and worked. And I think that's why
is Sharrell there, Nosy? That's not her child.
Because Kelvin Hunter took that girl on every vacation that they went on. And he booked, and Charlamagne talked about that too. He was booking her rooms everywhere that they went. I'm telling y'all.
He was, but Sharrell, she went because she was like the mother figure, because Wendy had to stay behind and work.
Mother figure. He has a mother, Diva.
Yeah, but Wendy could not go. This boy was really bad.
So you take the mistress?
Well, that was his other wife. That was his other wife. And that's why the son feels convicted. Like his worst time period in his life, Sharrell was by his side, helping him get better with Dr. Sabi. Yes, I do remember that.
And really, truly, let's keep it real. She was over there for two reasons. Kevin sent because he's trying to show his son that this woman cares about you more than your own mother. So Serena was over there just so she could act like she cared and convince this kid, look, whatever happened in the future, I was this great stepmother or whatever, right? I mean, it's ridiculous and sad.
It's sad.
But that's what people, like greedy people, do. Like I'm saying, like Kevin know what he's doing. Serena know what they're doing. This is a part of survival for a lot of people. This is how they make their way. They're not a Wendy Williams who could be a star on their own. They have to clout chase, backstab, steal from others to get what they have, and they have no remorse.
All right, Nosy, last question. And did you want to take questions with us, Nosy? Because people have questions.
Oh, I don't mind. It's up to y'all.
Last question then. Do you think Kevin's plan is going to work with this bank? I know. I said,
hold on to Wendy's money and give that damn money to chit chatting my way to 2 cats. I don't know where the cats are, but those cats need to get that money. To hell with Kelvin, to hell with the son. They need to give that money to that woman's cats.
But if she has periods where she's coherent, like Diva's saying, she might answer the questions correctly at the right time, which will give Kevin a leg up, right, Diva? Am I right?
We saw from that video, Sharrell, and unfortunately they could use that video in court too. We saw from that video, somebody's going to have to take control of the money.
Ugh.
Somebody's going to have to take control of the money. The sad part is, you know, the side note is, and you know, I love Wendy too, but the side note is you can't ice everybody out in your life because you never know when you're going to need people.
Yeah. And so if somebody has to ultimately take control of that money, next in line will be Little Kev, which is signing everything over to Big Kev.
Yes, it is.
Right.
And just like they were saying in the comments, when people were saying if he took Sharina around, he didn't tell Wendy about the daddy's girlfriend. Yes, Wendy knew about that girl for years. So, like, little Kevin is over there with them with his little sister and his father. They're all in Miami. They're all in Florida. Yes.
AT2, you did a video about this. You showed the video in its entirety. What were your thoughts on the video?
So Kevin got a special place in hell because there's no way in hell like he think that video vindicated him, made him look innocent. He is an asshole, straight up. And on top of that, basically, it was him explaining why he with Sharina and had another baby. That's what I got from it. It wasn't really about Wendy. He did tell about how, you know, she had 2 blood transfusions. He did talk about that. But basically, it was him defending himself and all the shit that he was doing. He honestly doesn't care about Wendy. He just care about the alimony money that's tied up, you know, with the whole lawsuit and everything with Wells Fargo.
But
we need somebody besides the public to care about Wendy. Who is this going? Who? Somebody.
I honestly think little Kevin is the only one. However, he's still in control of his dad. You know, his dad. His dad is going to be able to convince him, say things. So, you know, little Kevin isn't the right person either, but that's really the only one, honestly. Hashtag where's Wanda? Isn't Wanda her big sister?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I'll say this real quick though. You know what though? I will say this real quick. I'm actually glad he did come out and speak because I'm telling you, everybody wondered. And until Kevin spoke, he's the only person that really backed what everybody's thinking is that she has some serious health issues. If you ask anybody outside of Kevin, they in denial. And they gonna say, "Oh no, she's fine. She's back next month."
Right.
That's true.
He came out and said himself how bad shape she's in. Now he didn't go all the way to the point, but he said enough, and that's the closest admission that we got from anybody saying that her health is not well.
Also, Nosy, I hear there's a rumor that Wanda's an attorney. Have you heard this rumor?
I think that people have been saying that she never really talks much about her sister, though. I know that they all picked on her for being fat, but she never really talks that much about them. And I've never even seen her sister, only that little picture of them when they were young. I've never seen her sister as an adult, so I don't know what her sister does, but I don't think they're that close.
Yeah. But she did say the sister helped her initially when she was getting a divorce from Kelvin, right? She said the sister came down and was helping her. The sister helped her do, and I think it was even part of that documentary or movie that she did. Remember, the sister came down because he was trying to have her committed during that time period when they first broke up. Remember when she was going
wait, who was trying to have her committed?
Kelvin. Remember when she was in the sober house and she could only go to the studio and go right back to the sober house, and she called her sister. Her sister was in the mix then, and her sister's the one that helped her really push the divorce through and everything through. And I thought she did say, I could be wrong, but I really thought she did say her sister was a lawyer. But I do know at that time period the sister was helping her. That's why I'm like, where is the sister now? What is going on?
Kevin tried to have her committed before.
Yes.
At the same
Yes.
time, you know what's convenient about that? It was when that girl was having that baby.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
He put Wendy away when that girl was having that baby.
Yep. And she found out in the facility because it was a paper or a tablet or something like that. And she, you know, and that's when she kind of woke up and knew that he was trying to have her committed, and he
Oh
probably
my
was trying to
God.
trying
There's
to
a
take over
special
her
place in
money then.
hell.
Yeah.
You are right, AT2. There's a special place in hell for Calvin Hunter. I cannot believe this low down, dirty. AT2, what
Right.
else did
So I also wanted to say too. So watching Wendy Williams video earlier, she was doing the Bobby Brown with the mouth. You know how Bobby Brown with the jaw at the bottom. It was very uncomfortable. Like it made me uncomfortable watching the video, but it's all like you have to watch it because you know we bloggers, that's our job. But it made me very uncomfortable because it just seemed that. Yeah, she had moments where she was talking, but it didn't seem like she was all there. It really seemed that she was trying to plead her case, but was struggling to put the right words together. And it just made me uncomfortable looking at it, to tell you the truth.
I cried watching it. I was actually crying on my live watching that. It's sad.
Right. It's very sad.
I mean, did you look in her eyes too? Did
go ahead.
anybody look into her eyes?
Yeah, it's like no soul in there when you look at her eyes. She's
like
dead.
Yes, right. It's like something is just not right. You know.
Andrea, sound off. Oh my God.
You know, I agree with everything y'all saying. My mother has dementia. She's in the hospital right now. And when I go and see her, my mother looks like she's looking far, far off. And with dementia, they come in and they come out. They remember and then they don't remember. And it's a sad, sad situation. It's a very sad situation.
Yeah. Are you crying too?
Hold on.
Don't cry.
Hold on. It's a very horrible, horrible situation. Very horrible. I do believe that Kevin got a good insurance policy on Wendy, and Wendy don't even know anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
When he talked, it was all about him and the other damn woman. It wasn't about Wendy. He did not have no respect for Wendy, but he had respect for that other tramp. And it's just, it's sad. The only people that really care about Wendy is the public, is us.
Yeah.
You know what though? I know what. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm through. I wanted to address what you just said, though, Andrea, because I know that people have a lot of anger towards Sharrell, but I hope women will listen to me when I say this. We cannot keep blaming the other woman. He married Wendy. That girl did what side chicks do what they are supposed to do because that's what's best for them. They look out for themselves. We can't even be mad at them. She does not owe Wendy anything. As much as I love Wendy, that girl don't owe Wendy a damn thing. He does. He took vows to Wendy.
Right.
He made all those promises to Wendy Williams. He's the one that's wrong.
You're right.
Yeah, I hear you, Nosy, but I think she's wrong too. You know, there's a sisterhood, there's a respect thing. No married man is gonna come to me, and I know he's married, and I'm gonna still get it on with him.
Yeah,
no married man is gonna come to me and I'm using your wife's money. Like, I don't need that karma. I don't need that in my life. So
some people are like that. Some people don't give a damn. And Serena Williams.
What the old saying is, birds of a feather, they flock together.
Yeah. And Sharrell felt like she doesn't owe Wendy anything. She felt like she played her role as a side chick, babysitter, a former assistant, whatever she was. She felt like she played her role. But, you know, I'm going to click off after this because this is going to be controversial. I still blame Wendy for the way Kevin is. And this is why. Because of the cheating. Like, you were okay with him cheating, but until the baby came, then you had a problem. So you should have nipped it in the butt before, because Sharrell wasn't the only one that he cheated with. He cheated with multiple women. Sharrell was just the one that stayed around the longest. And so, since Wendy didn't nip that in the butt in the beginning, this is what happens. This is honestly what happened.
To leave? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, like you telling me you're gonna let somebody cheat on you for 10+ years?
Yeah.
She allowed it. She knew. That
Yeah.
little boy was around Sharina. The kids talk. And you know what else? This should be a lesson to women to stop marrying poor men. I don't understand that. Who investing you, and then you're surprised when they do what bum niggas do. Stop marrying. Stop being the cleanup woman. Stop being a Build-A-Bear workshop. Stop building these niggas up. If you have all that money, he should have at least what you have or more. I don't care. Or don't marry him. Or get an ironclad prenup. Oprah Winfrey is so rich that she can't meet a man who has as much as her. But you know what? Stedman works, and he don't get out there embarrassing Oprah in them streets. She don't play that, and he out in that pool house wherever he sleep. Oprah don't play that. Wendy should have done that. You make him work, make some money, and make sure he's not out there embarrassing you in them streets. And if he do, make sure that he don't get not a dime of your money. She should have had a real prenup. This is Wendy's fault. She allowed it all for the sake of the same thing that she said to Whitney Houston. Well, I have a man. I have a good man. That's what she wanted. She wanted everybody to believe that she had a husband and a good husband. So now you got played. Get a man that's got, if he cheat on you, you should be able to dry your tears with cash. Get one with some money.
I think we all feel that.
And not only that, Kevin knew Whitney's weakness. He knew her weakness.
He's a street guy.
He's a street man. He's a street thug. He knew how to control her, and he knew her weakness.
But let me ask you this, Andrea, because you were in tears. I think you agreed that Wendy brought this on herself, but what are the tears for? Because there's no hope for the situation. Why are you crying? Sad situation?
I see what my mama is going through. And I see the horrible things that she don't, half the time she don't know us. And she don't know what's going on. And we're having to put pictures in front of her to get her to remember things. I'm looking at, I think I could be losing my mama. Not as in mind-wise, but as in death-wise. When AT was talking about that stare that she had, I saw it in my mama's eyes, and it scared me. Dimension is horrible. It's like she's looking afar in another land or far somewhere. And it's horrible. And if Wendy do have dementia, my heart goes out to her, y'all, because she's lost. When you have dementia, you're lost. You lost time. You lost everything.
No, I agree. I mean, because I remember seeing it in my grandmother's eyes that had that. And it's a certain thing. It's like when you find out what was wrong with the person and why they was doing it that way, it's like they looking through you. It's almost like a confused animal or something. It's like, it's weird. Yeah. It's weird. But yeah.
I have clips of the video on my channel, Tavia. Andrea, let me drop you. Thank you for being so.
Thanks, Andrea.
I'm gonna drop out too, y'all. Have a good one. Okay. I'll be in the chat.
All right, bro.
Oh, God, it's gonna make me cry.
Yeah, but Diva, I would say this. I understand what you're saying, that you wouldn't do it, but then also you wouldn't be a side chick.
Right. But you know what? I have to add this, Perry, that I get it, right? People are saying, no, don't blame the side chick. At some point, we all, it takes a village, and the village has to stand up and say, if a married man steps to you, send him back home.
That's just you. That's just you, Diva.
Diva, that. I get it. But I mean, you got morals. You have morals.
Yeah, you got morals.
That's the difference, right? Like, but let's keep it real. Ain't no village paying your bills right now. Okay, so we can assume, and it's a nice thing. It'd be like, we would love to have a peaceful world, but we never will, right? It's Kevin's responsibility. Like, that's what me and you always argue about. I said, hey, if a man cheat, we can't blame the side chick. Now, she could be trifling, and we can all agree to that. But he didn't give like an oath to, his oath was with Wendy. And it was between those two.
That she has no allegiance to Wendy. Like, she's not the one that went and said the vows under the eyes of God. But you know what, though? You should respect someone else's marriage, especially if you think you want somebody to respect your marriage. I get it. We have to bear in the road. you want to say is not the side chick has no part in this. We just have to agree to disagree, because I feel the side chick does have a major part in it. You should not, you're going to sit there with somebody else's husband for all of those years, and indirectly he disrespected her too, because of all the abortions that she had. So you know what, she's thinking it was a win-win. Thank you. No integrity. You thinking it's a win-win, but he disrespected you too. So the fact that he's sitting up there now saying, oh, I love Sharrell, does he really love you, baby girl? You destroyed your body over and over again, having all of these abortions, wouldn't have the baby. And then finally, whatever number that was, you finally decided, okay, I'm going to stand up. I'm having this particular baby. But the whole time she was with him, there's a lot that she didn't have. So she was, you disrespected Wendy, and you disrespected yourself, and he was disrespecting the both of you.
But the thing
you didn't win, because you can't stay. Y'all can't even survive without Wendy's money.
But the things that you value as a woman, she doesn't value. She cared about the trips. I don't know what women don't understand about this. She cares about the trips, the bags, the gifts, the money, the cars. She doesn't care about the things that you care about. She might not even care about love from him. She cares about the way that she benefits financially, maybe. That's probably all she cares about. You might care about those things. She's not that kind of woman. We're not all the same. So she might be very happy with what she's gotten from this.
I'm not saying that she's not happy with it. I'm just saying that I get what you're saying is that the side chick did what the side chick was supposed to do. That's where our disagreement comes in. I'm not, of course she was happy with everything that she was getting, because she stayed in it for years, right? She had her mansion down the block. She got to use somebody else's money to try to do business after business after business. So yeah, she had her benefits from it. So I'm not disagreeing with you on that. Maybe her level of care is not the same. My thing that I'm saying is that as a woman, as a female, at some point, the world has to come to a conclusion that I'm not going to mess with your man.
Right.
Hold on, let me let the panel jump in. Hi, Buzz. What do you want to add to the conversation?
Well, first of all, initially I just saw a clip where he was just talking about the blood transfusion. I was like, oh my goodness. And then I saw the whole video and I'm like, oh yeah, you trifling. That was just the overlay, like you trying to make yourself out to be this good man and talking about, oh, I want a family, and when you all about your career, sometimes you lose track of that. No, let's just take it back. She didn't have any kids. All she did was want to have kids from you. Hence why she kept having them miscarriages. She wanted to have your baby, more babies, but she couldn't. And then when you cheat on her when she finally could have a baby, we're talking about somebody that's very emotionally insecure, and you cheat on her at her most vulnerable stage. Of course she's going to be like, well, I'm fat, I got fat, we couldn't be intimate, maybe I'm going to alleviate that to make our marriage work. And he saw it as, oh, she went and got her tubes tied and I wanted more babies. You see how he just turns it around on her, and it's always her, which made a bad situation worse, because she's always been very emotionally insecure of her parents. Her parents have always made her feel some type of way. Wendy has always been emotionally up and down because of how her parents treated her. Let's just be real. So when he said...
How did her parents treat her?
They always called her fat.
Say it again, Nosy.
They called her fat. They put her on diet. They made her eat tuna sandwiches. She talked about all that.
Yeah. Go ahead, Buzz.
And so I'm just saying, and like everybody said, this is not the first one. So she knew, but I think the baby was the deal breaker, because now you can't deny a baby. You can kind of look the other way when it comes to another female, but when a baby's here, you can't deny that. And I do agree with Nosy that, yeah, you can't keep forgiving things and looking the other way, and then when she get pregnant, be mad. I just feel bad because, as I told y'all, I've been saying this was early signs of dementia, even on the beach. I said, no, that video could be accurate. She's just mixed up. She's kind of lucid. They always put her out when she's having somewhat of a good day.
Corey, who's the one that's trying to make the public think that Wendy doesn't have dementia?
Kevin.
No, Kevin? I don't think it's Kevin. I think it's Tommy. I think it's Tommy and Kevin.
Yeah, Buzz, I think it's a combination of all of them.
Yep.
Let me break it down for you. The reason why Kelvin has life insurance on her is because the court made that happen.
Yeah,
When
that's
you're
what I
in a
said.
protracted divorce, just like this is, and there's a large amounts of assets, the courts put life insurance on both parties, especially in the party that has the most money, which is Wendy.
Did you hear him say that Wendy was worth more dead than alive?
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Did chills
Yes.
go up your spine? Because why did he say that?
No, chills didn't go up my spine because I know the kind of man that he is, because you know my family was close to the life. So I know about these gangsters and all of this bull crap. I know how they think. I knew he was no good when I first heard about him when she was on the radio. So she has been allowing him to take over her career since then. The reason why she didn't leave earlier is because her money is too intertwined with him. If she left, she would have to give him bigger and better settlement. So if she should, God forbid, die now, he wouldn't get the alimony right away because it'd be tied up in probate. That's why there's a life insurance policy on her, and a good one.
This sounds real.
I have a question. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead, Sharrell.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask. I have a question because you guys brought up a good point that I almost forgot about until you guys brought it up about how he tried to have her committed. Well, no, he didn't try. He did have her committed in that sober house. In that place in that recovery center in Florida the first time. Now, if you remember, well, I don't know if anyone watched her interview with Sus One when she was promoting the movie. She kind of alluded to that when she was talking about how she went to the sober house and he was trying to convince everybody, that she was crazy, she was alcoholic, and Sus was like, "Well, how was he able to do that?" She was like, "Well, when you're married, the courts say this and that." So I think it's been some things going on all the time that we just didn't know about, because I know your husband has proxy. That's true, but only if there's a medical issue. Am I right or wrong? Diva?
Here's the problem from the radio days. If you're a real Wendy Williams fan, from the radio days, Calvin Hunter has been emotionally and physically, allegedly, I guess I add to it, abusing her, right? So when you have all of these years of mental abuse, so everybody's like, "Oh, why did she allow it? Why didn't she leave? Why did she that?" When somebody is controlling your mind for 20 plus years, you get the result of a Wendy. This is not unusual. There's a lot of women out there that their husband has mentally and physically controlled them the entire marriage. Wendy Williams really thought she was nothing without him. And so that's why part of why she really broke too. It was like, here's this man that helped me with my career, right? That helped me with my career, controlled everything, ran everything for me, protected me. So she had this sixth sense of, who he was to her. He was her protector. He was everything to her. When something went wrong in the business and on the show, Calvin Hunter went and was her Superman. So she was mind controlled. And it wasn't that easy for her to break away and leave the man that she knew was her everything her whole entire life.
All right, stop on that note.
Sure.
Stop on that note. Thank you, Corey, for calling in. Thank you.
Can I say one more thing?
Corey, please, really quickly.
That's why her sister Wanda is not around, because of Kelvin.
Thank you. Let me get a couple more calls in. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you calling in.
All right, bye, guys.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, I'm just gonna we got a long line. Oh my gosh, people. Is it Georgia?
It's Georgie.
Hi, Georgie. Can you close out of your tab?
Yes.
Okay. Sound off really quickly. What did you want to say?
I agree with Diva. As a side chick, that was Wendy Williams' husband. You have the nerve to actually have a relationship with him. You out of pocket for that. I totally agree with Diva. It's a code you don't do, and that you don't do, and I feel so bad for Wendy.
But Georgie, she's not the only mistress, and the mistress attitude is, I don't owe you anything.
Yeah, she don't. Okay, she don't owe Wendy nothing, but you wrong. Period. You
Yeah.
wrong. Period. You already know that's Wendy Williams' husband. You know what's going to come with it. Like you don't owe. Like Wendy don't owe her. She don't owe Wendy nothing, and Wendy don't owe her shit anyway. I'm sorry, anything. So that's why I'm just agreeing with Diva with that. I was just so upset when
Well, what
people
do you
was like,
feel about that, Nosy? They're saying that.
I don't feel anything about it because I think that women are never going to understand that. That's why a lot of women get cheated on and sit around and cry about it because they don't understand what I've said. Even what I heard, some of the stuff I heard Perry say, what AT2 said, it just doesn't click for some women. So I don't feel anything about it. You're right. It's all the side chick's fault.
Well, no. And the whole thing is this, and this is where
it's
y'all
not
getting
the
it
side
wrong.
chick
Okay,
fault.
because y'all coming in act like the side chick got all these rules and regulations.
No, we're acting like she's scandalous.
No.
But she's
We know
scandalous.
this. I'm saying she is scandalous, right?
She likes being scandalous. I don't know why women can't rep their brands. She likes being that.
Could she have been with Kevin if Kevin didn't allow it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Perry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm saying could she have been with Kevin if Kevin didn't allow it? Right? Y'all act like this girl had him at gunpoint. Okay?
No.
Didn't. And
She didn't.
No.
She didn't hold him at gunpoint, but she knew what it was when she got with him.
Exactly.
Right. And he knew what it was too. He knew he stood at that altar.
Exactly. I'm not discrediting. He was wrong too. He shouldn't have been doing what he was doing. But you can't sit up here saying that this is why women get cheated on.
It is crazy.
No.
I don't think so.
No,
it's other reasons.
Perry didn't say it. I said it. This is why women sit around.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Why women sit around and cry about being cheated on because women don't understand that there is no code. Men don't do that to each other. Men don't go around and blame each other for women cheating. They gonna dap it up and bros before hoes, and it's always women attacking the other woman. That woman did what she needed to do.
Listen,
period.
Go ahead. One at a time. You go, Georgie.
I'm going to attack the other woman if she know about me because you blatantly disrespected me. You knew my marriage. You knew everything. So I owe you an ass whooping. Bottom line, you are out of pocket.
But Georgie,
you are out of pocket. You don't come for my man. And if my man allows it, of course I'm going to deal with him too.
Georgie, what about this point? This is what Nosy said. Women always blame the other woman. You go after her, you attack her, you beat her up. But
and then he gonna find it. He's still.
I'm blaming both of them. I'm blaming both of them. He's wrong for cheating on me. Yes, he owes me that. I made the vows with him. But bitch, you knew that was my man. You knew that was my man. You owe it. I'm giving you what you want. This what comes with him. I'm coming with him.
Now.
Okay,
let me say this. I'm the type of chick. I'm not even going to give that woman any energy, but I hear Georgie, and there's a lot of people like that. You want to do that? You knew about me. Now you're going to get what you get. And so my thing is, it's a respect level. It's one thing that man came to you and he lied and you didn't even know. But if you knew as a woman, there's so many single men out there. Leave that married man alone.
Diva. I understand what you said. Huh?
Exactly. They don't fear God.
The woman has a tendency to go after the woman and give the man a break. Now you do see that, right?
Yeah, I do see that, but I ain't cutting nobody no slack. But what I'm saying, I'm gonna check my man. But what I'm saying to you is, as a female, at some point the world has to come together and we have to be each other's keeper. If your man stepped to me and I see a wedding ring and I know he married, I'm sending him home. He ain't getting no number. He can't buy me no drink. He can't do nothing for me. I'm not checking your man.
That's
you don't want single men out there. And I'm going to take me a single man. I don't want to share.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. The side chick.
Okay, hold on, one at a time.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I get what you're saying. Side chicks want to be side chicks. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was a side chick before.
You were a side chick. You were a side chick, Georgie.
I was. I'm not up here lying. I was, but yeah, like I see.
You don't understand why somebody else would be a side chick, girl.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say. Hold up, I didn't say that. I understand she wanted the perks. What I'm
Right.
saying is, that's my. Listen, I was a side chick. I didn't know the girl personally. I didn't know that hoe. That I wanted what I wanted. I wanted the money from him. But if you know me personally and you still chose to be a side chick to my husband, you getting your ass beat. Bottom line. Bottom line. And I'm going to confront my husband.
Yeah,
Let me bring in another caller. I'm trying to get callers in. Hi, AJ. Were you ever a side
Hi,
piece?
AJ.
Oh no. I was always the main course. What's I gonna say?
Listen, I was the main course too. Ain't nothing wrong with a side dish. You need a side. You need mashed potatoes and corn with your meat. Stop playing with me.
Okay, sound off really quickly, AJ.
Yeah, I just want to say basically, Wendy, that video we just played earlier was just so sad. Like her eyes, her demeanor, it was just you and Nosy and Diva was talking about it, and it was just so compelling. Like Calvin, he's just not a good person. Like from that, do you remember watching her like Lifetime movie? It was all like talked about how vile he was and how he attacked her in front of her staff and everything, and they all knew about him, and nobody did anything.
Does anybody on the panel remember he did get sued before for sexual harassment? And in that paperwork, one of the employees said they witnessed him grabbing her by the neck. You remember this? And putting her up, slamming her up against the wall.
Who, Kelly?
Oh my God. Sharrell, emotional and physical abuse their entire relationship. This wasn't about just somebody dumb who just didn't walk away, who was just tolerating, the side chick. This was somebody who was emotionally and mentally broken down to believe that he was the only one on her side. And remember, he isolated her too from all of her family and friends. So she had every reason to believe he's the only one that's going to stand by me. He's the only one that cares. He screwed her the whole time.
I have a quick question because I'm wondering this, and anybody can answer this. Well, let's start with Nosy since she's the guest. Where do we go from here, Nosy? This is a mess.
I think the bank needs to keep holding on to that money. Wendy's not in her right mind. I don't care. And at first, I was looking at Wells Fargo with the side eye because y'all know I love Wendy Williams. But now my eyes is no longer side. They need to hold that damn money. They need to put her money in Chit Chat and My Way's name. Get that money to those cats when she passed. They need to get somebody to help Wendy. She needs a nurse or something to make sure that Wendy don't do something crazy like burn her apartment down because she's not mentally well. And they need to get Kelvin Hunter out of the way. I don't know. She needs to get somebody, 86 Kelvin and Sharrell. I don't know. And I don't, because that situation is not right over there. But I don't trust the son. I don't trust Tommy. I don't know where Reg is. Don't know where Wanda is. I don't trust her. I don't trust none of them. So Chit Chat and My Way are her only friends at this point, and they need to go and talk to Bernie, the manager, and find out what's going on with whoever he hired with her car, because I think he was trying to help her. I think that Bernie is on her side, and Wendy is just not in her right mind, and she don't realize that. So, Wendy, but as far as Wendy coming, she's not coming. She's not doing the podcast. She don't remember anything. She got on the plane yesterday saying she's ready to go to work, but went to Miami. Why was she in the airport yesterday going to Miami? Wendy, you work in New York. Where are you going to Miami for? That's where Kelvin is, though. They need to get her out of Kelvin's hands. And I already asked the mermaids on my channel this morning, the mermaids in Miami, I need y'all to sit outside all of the Wells Fargo banks. And when you see a letter P with a blown wig walking in that bank, start recording. Because we need to see what's going on with Wendy. She's built like a letter P, and she always wears blonde wigs. When you see a letter P walking in that bank with a blonde wig on, take a phone and start recording so we can see what's going on.
But her dad lives in Miami as well, doesn't he? Her dad lives there. Like cousins and sister. No, her son lives there too. Or, but what's I going to say about Serena? Is that her name? Serena.
Serena, yes.
Serena. Well, they've been having this affair for many, many years, and if I remember right, she was actually introduced to Calvin through Charlemagne the God because he knew her, and that's how they met. And they've been having this affair, and he never told Wendy about it. So is everybody like complicit then? Because it's just everybody's just screwing her. It's just so sad. It's
mean,
really
Well,
sad.
remember
And I
really
think
quickly, I think, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong. When they got together, didn't Charlemagne step out the picture? I don't know for sure.
Well, no, that's
yeah,
when the breakdown happened between Charlemagne and Wendy. Now, if you
yeah,
remember the Wendy Williams show when it first came on, Charlemagne the God was on there with her.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
And when people asked her where's Charlemagne, she refused to say a word. But I believe that what happened was Charlemagne introduced Sharrell to Calvin. Wendy knew that something was amiss between those two, but she
yeah,
also knew who Charlemagne, who was supposed to be her friend, introduced them. So
yeah.
that's where, like
Charlemagne
I
spoke
said, if
about
you
it.
go back to Wendy Williams when she first came on the air, he was her, for lack of a better word, sidekick. He was her Norman. And then all of a sudden, he fell off the face of the earth, and she would not answer anybody when they asked, where's Charlemagne?
All right,
Yeah.
let me stop you there. I'm going to take in a couple more callers. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Georgie, for
Thank you.
calling. I appreciate the call.
you.
Take care, guys. Let me try to get
It's
last
more
one, then
to
I'm
it
done.
than that as far as Charlemagne, though, because Charlemagne kind of suggested that he didn't know why Wendy stopped speaking to him, remember? So I think that Kelvin kind of told Wendy something to get Wendy
Yep.
to not want to be around Charlemagne anymore, because he said himself that he didn't even know exactly what happened. Next thing he knew, they wasn't cool. That was Kelvin, because Kelvin knew that
Kelvin
Charlemagne was
knew.
probably going to spill the tea about everything that was going on with Sharrell.
Sin, sound off really quickly.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, so with Wendy Williams with dementia, yes, people that's used to having money is going to always speak of their money. That's the one thing. Where's my money? Where's my money? And I don't think it's like full blown autism. I mean, not autism, Alzheimer's. I think she's still inducing herself with alcohol. And if you look at her skin, I don't know if it was a makeup or what, it was just extremely pale, you know? And it's sad, but Kevin Hunter is going to get his day, because my mama always said, the way you got that man is the way you're going to lose him.
Yeah, but she don't care.
Sound off. What were your thoughts?
Hey everybody. I have to agree. I agree with Diva with the respect, but Nosy is right. A side chick don't know no rules. She go do what she's going to do. And I can say that because I was in that place. I was unknowingly the side chick with my boyfriend on and off for 3.5 years, saw the text messages in the phone. And then I actually called the girl and I confront, as I just wanted to let you know, he cheated on both of us. And she laughed about it and then denied it. And then I went and I looked at other text messages and they were making fun of me in the text messages. They were allowing it to go. She didn't care about me. She knew that he was still with me when he was with her, and she was okay with that. Side chicks do what side chicks do. On the other hand, with Wendy, she had, before she had Kelvin Jr., she said us on her show that she had 2, I think 5-month failed pregnancies.
She had more than 2.
2? Okay, yeah. She probably did. And I always question, I was like, because he was beating you, or did you just have, some women just have miscarriages? I don't know which one it was, but all I'm trying to tell you is stress don't do a body good. And for all of this that she's been going through with Calvin, it's always happened because, and I'm not trying to be mean, we all know it's a fact, Wendy is a sad, desperate woman, and it is so sad when you don't feel like you're pretty because of all the mental abuse she went through with her parents over the years, that you really think you got to marry this man that's 12 years, however young he is, her junior, and you got to stick with this man all the way until he drives you into possibly an early grave. Like, it is so sad to watch this ship go down. But she's going to stick with him because she is so in love with this man, because of her self-esteem has been low for years, and because he's beat her down and believing that she can't be nothing without him. And everybody knows Wendy don't got no friends. She don't even have family to save her. All she got is Tommy coming out, popping everywhere he can, saying, oh, I love doing this. Remember that Sharrell? I said this before. He said, oh, I love doing this, that last interview he had with you. It is so sad to see everybody trying to take a piece of Wendy. Yeah. But had somebody loved her, or she loved herself enough 20 years ago when she met this man, or more than that, then this could have been different. It is so sad to see. But you know what? Calvin only go after what he's always been after since day one, and that's her money. And Sharrell go ride or die. Once the money dry out, she go leave him too.
Yeah.
She gonna leave him.
All right, guys, let
Charlemagne
me
even
take
said it.
in a couple more calls. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a couple more. I can't believe this many people want to talk. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Is important about what she just said about the miscarriages. Kelvin tried to throw in her face that he cheated because he wanted his son to have a sibling and he wanted more kids. But this woman has so many miscarriages. And you know that Wendy Williams wanted a daughter. So why would you even rub that in her face? One. And two, Kelvin, a little Kev is like 20 something years old. That baby is probably like 2 now. What is she going to do for him? He said he wanted his son to have somebody to have his back. But what is this 2-year-old girl going to do for this grown man anyway? No, you cheated because you wanted to cheat. If it was about having more kids, y'all are millionaires. You could have got a surrogate. You could have adopted. Stop it. You just wanted to go and be with that other woman.
Exactly, Nosy. And just real quick, because if he really wanted a sibling, he would have had one with Serena 10 years ago. Not now.
Smoke, you're killing me with the picture. Sound off really quickly.
In the words of the great Selena Johnson, there's a special place in hell for a bitch like Kelvin Hunter. Because the way he did Wendy ain't right. I agree with Nosy and I agree with Diva. But also, I got to speak a little bit about that panelist, Georgia. She was talking out 2 sides of her neck. How you going to sit here and talk about you going to beat the woman's ass and you were a side chick yourself? In that case, if you were with my man and I found out you were sleeping, then I should have every way to beat your ass and turn you every which way but loose, right? By your own logic, sis. I'm just saying, let's call a thing a thing. But in regards to like Wendy, I agree with Nosy. Wells Fargo need to hold on to that money, lock it behind every vault, lock and key until she has the proper people in place that really have her interest at heart. And that's all I got to say for today.
Okay. Is it Denai?
Hey, y'all. Just call me Day. Just call me Day.
Hey, Day. Sound off really quickly.
Hey, everybody. So, like, I have my points, and then you could drop me after that. So, first thing I want to say, I went to the Wendy show as a guest or, in the audience about in 2020, just before the lockdown. And I got to tell you, like, her staff, they definitely were carrying her. Like, whenever they would say cut, Wendy would just drop down and they would carry her from
So you're saying the same exact thing that Diva saw when she went to the show?
Absolutely. He has her bodyguard. He would literally carry her from spot to spot to spot, and she was like dragging herself. But on the terms of what last night with Mr. Kelvin Hunter, did you guys hear? Because I didn't hear anybody say this yet. Did you guys not hear when he said, "I'm family oriented and I go hard for my people"? Okay, so he's family oriented, but he has Sharita Hudson on the side for how many years? Over like 10, 12, how many years? And he said he goes hard for his people. Yeah, he was going hard for Sharita. Oh, he sure was. That definitely stuck out to me. But that's what I had to say. Thank you so much for having me on.
All right. Thank you for calling in. Thank you, Smoke. I'll see you guys. Take care.
Take care.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Miss Nova says all this energy for the side chick. You jumped the girl up in jail or dead, and dude will be on to the next. Ooh, chicks don't know you from a can of paint and could care less. This was an interesting conversation. I asked you to come on, Nosy, because you've been following us for a long time. Did we leave anything out?
I think we pretty much covered we covered it.
I think so too. Diva, we've been following this case too. People are emotional. People are crying. What are your thoughts on it?
Like Nosy said, I really hope now. Of course I was too. Remember, I was passionate about giving Wells Fargo the side eye, but now we see for sure that they definitely need to hold on to the money, but pay her bills though. That's concerning to me. Like, pay her bills, but obviously she even said it out her own mouth. People are doing her dirty with her credit cards and her money and all of that. I feel very bad for her, but it's also an example of never cut everybody out of your life for no man.
Perry, how do you see this ending up? Because this is sad.
Look, I'm not exactly sure how I see it ending up. Well, maybe I like the idea. Look, I think that if Wendy's family, because her family is the only thing she got, if they don't step up, Wendy's gonna lose it all. That's how I see it ending. She's gonna lose it all because she's not in a stable place to handle her business. And if you're gonna be family, I don't care what kind of problems you had in the past, correct them, help your sister today.
That's
it.
Damn. All right, guys. This was emotional. We didn't get a chance to talk about our other subjects. I wanted to thank everyone for the super chats. You don't have to support the channel, you do, so I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Nosy, you have an open invitation. We will be talking about Tasha K.
You know that's my enemy. You know Cardi B used my video in that court case, and that's how she won.
She used your video?
She used my video or mom's video.
We'll be talking about that tomorrow. You might have to come back because she has filed a appeal, and it feels a little Jussie Smollett-ish, like she's not going to give up. So we have to talk about that tomorrow. But as for this video, we're done. I'm so sorry backstage if I didn't get to your calls. I've gone as long as I could, and I just get really backed up. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for being so passionate. And let's all say a prayer for Wendy.
Yes.
Who has no one but us.
Mm-hmm.
On three, guys, let's say bye. 1, 2, 3. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.